Hi, and welcome back to another edition of Gunners Are Us. In this edition, we'll be discussing the preview of Arsenal versus PSV in the Europa League, and we'll be going through the Mikel Arteta press conference. And with that and much ado, let's get on with the video. So it is Arsenal back in action against PSV Eindhoven, and it's a match being played at Emirates Stadium Thursday today at 6 p.m. And Arsenal go into the match with 3 wins out of 3 and a goal difference of +5 on 9 points, whereas PSV go into the match with 2 wins and a draw with a +9 goal difference and 7 points. So that is the table in the Europa League Group A. Bodo Glimt is third and Zurich is fourth on 0 points. Bodo Glimt on 4 points. So the form of PSV have beaten Utrecht 6-1, FC Zurich 5-0, Heerenveen 1-0, FC Zurich 5-1. They lost to Leeuwarden 3-0, and they beat Feyenoord 4-3. So they've won the last 5 games and lost 1, whereas Arsenal have won their last 6 games, winning against Leeds 1-0, Bodo Glimt 1-0, Liverpool 3-2, Bodo Glimt 3-0, Tottenham 3-1, and Brentford 3-0. And that is the form guide going into this match. So Bodo Glimt is a really good PSV is a really good team. They've got some star players in their team, and there'll be a tough test for Arsenal. And it is down to Arsenal to overcome their challenges and to win the group. It's going to be a tough game, and it will be an entertaining game as such. So let's go into the starting 11 that I predict that Mikel Arteta will choose. Well, without a shadow of a doubt, it will most probably be Matt Turner in goal and a back line of Kieran Tierney, Gabriel, Rob Holding, and Cedric. So that's a backline of I'll put the backline as Tomiyasu, Gabriel, Rob Holding, and Cedric, and midfield of Fabio Vieira, Albert Sambi Lokonga, and Granit Xhaka. A front line of Eddie Nketiah, Reece Nelson, and Marquinhos. So that is the 4-3-3. That is the team that I've selected that I believe Mikel Arteta will choose for the PSV Eindhoven test. So that's Matt Turner in goal, backline of Takehiro Tomiyasu, Gabriel, Rob Holding, and Cedric Suarez. Midfield of Fabio Vieira, Albert Sambi Lokonga, and Granit Xhaka. And front line of Eddie Nketiah, Reece Nelson, and Marquinhos. So that is the team that I am predicting that Mikel Arteta will choose. And he may even go stronger than what I've predicted, because it is a must-win match. If we win this group, if we win this match, we're in pole position to win the group, which means we avoid 2 extra matches from the Champions League drop-off teams that come into the Europa League at that stage of the competition. So it is all to play for, and it will be an exciting match this evening. So now let's go into the Mikel Arteta press conference. Let's see what Mikel Arteta has got to say. Every word from Mikel pre-season PSV press conference. Before we host PSV Eindhoven at Emirates Stadium tomorrow evening, which is at 6 p.m. kickoff, Mikel Arteta held his pre-match press conference at London Colney. The boss tackled numerous topics thrown at him by the gathered media, including injury news, our opponents, the return of Ruud van Nistelrooy to North London, and managerial touchline behaviour. Here is everything he had to say. On Zinchenko and Martinelli being ruled out. No, they are not ruled out, but we will see tomorrow what we decide. So Zinchenko could play, Martinelli could make a play, Martinelli could play as well. On how important it is to win the group. It's really important. In Europe, when you have the chance to take advantage, you have to do it. It's always very unpredictable what can happen in the next game. You have to go away, and we know the level of the other teams as well. What I can say, watching them, PSV, and what they are doing domestically, internationally, it will be a really tough match. On whether the Man City game being postponed is beneficial, I don't know. It is what it is. Obviously, the fixtures and the amount of games that we have, at the end of the day, we're going to have to play with everybody, and we have this schedule, and we've adapted to it. On whether Ruud van Nistelrooy will get a hot reception, I don't know. Obviously, it's a long way back. I wasn't involved at the club at the time. You can tell the history of these 2 clubs and the rivalry that was generated at that time, because they are 2 exceptional teams, but I don't know. He doesn't know what type of reception Ruud van Nistelrooy is going to get. It's all to, it's whatever happens will happen. On whether managers have a responsibility to set an example with their behaviour. We do have a responsibility, not only with the referees as well, but with the game. We want to get this game played and respected. Obviously, to talk about any managers, I have enough just looking after my own behaviour and trying to do the right things for our club. But yes, it's very intense. You get heated. There are moments like in the last few games, you've seen many incidents when VAR has to step in, and there is a lot of controversy and a lot of moments where the result is in the air. It depends on the decision, and it's not easy to manage, but of course we have a huge responsibility. So he's talking about his responsibilities there as a manager. On whether he thinks he has ever let himself down. Well, if I have to watch myself on the camera after a match, then there are probably things I would do differently. But when you are there in the heat and the way you talk even to your own players, a lot of the time you would do it differently. It's something that we have to learn. I think we are all conscious of it, but the heat of the game takes you to behave in certain ways. On whether he liked the rivalry that Arsenal had with Van Nistelrooy's Manchester United side. Where we want to be is at the top and being the best team in the country. In order to do that, you are going to face teams that want to beat you, and is going to build that rivalry to a different level. We have already experienced things like that. on whether the manager's reaction to the touchline affect the players on the pitch. That's a question more for the players. I don't know how aware they are with what we do. I've always said a team is a reflection of the manager in many ways. That's why we have a responsibility in the way we do things. On clashing with Jurgen Klopp last season, I don't have a clue if it affected the result. If we would have scored when we have a one-on-one situation with Lacazette, I think it wouldn't affect it. But because we conceded a set piece and then what happened in the second half, it did, so I don't know. On if he's spoken to Gabriel about the incident against Liverpool, yeah, he's okay. On if Zinchenko's injury is a worry, no, I don't think so, but obviously he had a current injury in his calf and that's why he's been out for this period. On if Zinchenko will play before the World Cup, yes, he will play before the World Cup. That's good news. On Cody Gakpo, yes, he has qualities, but I'm not here to talk about other players from other teams. Cody Gakpo was related to Arsenal, was on Arsenal's thoughts at some point during the transfer window, and Arsenal did not acquire the player. On Gabriel's competitive nature on the pitch, if you know how to manage the situation or where the limits are within the rules, that's something very personal because of the character of a player. You have to always be aware that the line is very thin. And if Gabriel crossed that line against Leeds United, well, we were very close because the officials already made the decision that had to be turned down by the VAR. On if he's been able to relax after the game against Leeds, I did a lot. On it being a hectic game against Leeds, yeah, watching it back, there were some periods, especially in the second half, where we put ourselves in trouble. Then all the decisions that had to be overturned by VAR, it was very tense. We got what we wanted, and tomorrow will be a different game. On if the mood in the dressing room is different this season, yeah, winning obviously helps a lot, but I have no complaints. I think this is an exceptional group that is in a really good moment. We are enjoying the moment. We want to get better in a lot of things that we are doing, but I think that we are on the right path. On Aaron Ramsdale antics with opposition's fans, I haven't noticed it, sorry. On what Ramsdale needs to do to be in England's number one, he needs to be the best that he possibly can for us. And then it's Gareth and it's his coaching staff that have to make that decision. On if he would rather be playing PSV or Man City this week, I don't have a choice. We have to play PSV, so we will play PSV tomorrow. This interview was conducted yesterday. On if now would have been a good time to play Man City, I don't know. We knew from a few weeks back now that this is the schedule and we need to play this Europa League game as well. On what he thinks of PSV, I think it's a really good team. I think what Ruud has done with his team, the way they play, you just see the amount of goals they are scoring in their domestic league, the way they are performing in the Europa League as well. They are a really dangerous team. And if he will rotate against PSV, we will make that decision tomorrow. And that is the end of the press conference for Mikel Arteta. So now we're going to go into predictions. What are some of the predictions for this match? I predict Arsenal will win this match and will win it by 3-1. I hope that we win this match 3-1, and that is my prediction for this match. And who are the ones to watch? The ones to watch will be, well, Eddie Nketiah, Marquinhos, Fabio Vieira from an Arsenal's perspective, and from PSV perspective, one to watch would be Cody Gakpo. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.